Good morning, metalheads of the internet, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Metal Meltdown. Are y'all ready to hear something real fucking crazy, real fucking nutty, truly unbelievable and out of this world? It has been nearly 3 months since we talked about any killer Canadian music, or any Canadian music of any quality. And that's so fucking weird because this is the Metal Meltdown! It is like a meme at this point, that I will automatically love something if it's Canadian. And there's been very little Canadian content on here as of late. I'm slightly embarrassed, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. So you know what? Let's change that. Right here, right now. No need to call the RCMP, no need to call Justin Trudeau. We're gonna work this out, and we're gonna do so with the help of Winnipeg, Manitoba hardcore punk band Comeback Kid and their latest studio album, Heavy Steps. This is the 6th studio album from Canadian punk royalty Comeback Kid, who over the course of the past 2 decades have been responsible for a slew of killer hardcore tunery. 2010's Symptoms and Cures in particular is quite possibly one of my all-time favorite hardcore punk records. And while I'm not a huge fan of some stuff they've released since then, it's for the most part still pretty fun, still pretty gnarly. I do appreciate that Comeback Kid have gotten a lot heavier and have done a lot of cool collaborations and are now signed to Nuclear Blast Records. And this, of course, brings us to Heavy Steps, the focus of this album review. And I gotta say, right off the fucking bat, this may be one of the heaviest and most energetic sets of tunes that Comeback Kid have unleashed upon the earth, not just since the aforementioned Symptoms and Cures, but possibly ever. It is consistently wildly entertaining thanks to top-notch musicianship, production, and songwriting. There are plenty of legitimate surprises to be found amongst the pure hardcore punk party power, borrowing influence from across the hardcore and metalcore spectrums, from the likes of Bad Brains, Suicidal Tendencies, and Cancer Bats. There are some exciting collaborations with the likes of Gojira's Joe Duplante and a rapper by the name of JJ. It's just so much fun, ladies and gentlemen. I swear to fucking God, this thing could not be any tastier, any crunchier, or any meatier, or any more distinctly Canadian, even if it was paired with a bucket of Matty Matheson's homemade fried chicken. The album's lead single, title track, and opening number, Heavy Steps, kicks things off with a very literal bang, with gnarly riffs, a simple yet anthemic chorus, throbbing, gristly, dirty bass lines that you can feel in the pit of your fucking gut. Everything is just so crisp and punchy and dynamic. That breakdown in particular just makes me feel like $1,000,000. If that immediately doesn't make you want to throw a brick at something or just flip something over, honestly, I feel kind of bad for you. Following track No Easy Way Out keeps the momentum going with some thrashier riffs, some more acidic vocals, some more beefy percussion. I'm weirdly reminded ever so briefly of Power Trip, but with a more distinct hardcore punk metalcore kind of vibe. Somewhat similarly, tracks like Down on the Fence and Shadow of Doubt bring in some very muscular and hefty kind of mid-90s groove metal and metalcore rhythms. It's big, it's bulky, it's nasty, and it's oh so fucking fun. There's an uncompromising bloodthirst, a real piss and vinegar attitude and reek to these numbers that reminds me a lot of like vintage Hatebreed and weirdly even Lamb of God. Face the Fire briefly flirts with some early to mid-2000s post-hardcore thanks to some very aggressive acoustic guitar strumming, meshed in with the more typical hardcore riffs, some chanted vocals, and a very clean and accessible chorus. Meanwhile, In Between brings crossover thrash goodness for fucking days. The SOD and Suicidal Tendencies vibes are very strong with this one. But my favorite track on the record has to be, almost without fucking question, without hesitation, Crossed, a collaborative effort between Comeback Kid and Joe Duplantis of Gojira fame. Even if I did not give you this little piece of information, you probably would have been able to figure out the Gojira connection very quickly, as Joe roars over top some riffs that definitely have a little bit of that Gojira guitar tone, that Gojira squeal, that Gojira bounce and groove. But don't worry, Comeback Kid are very much still the stars of the fucking show here. They very wisely build on top of everything that Joe gives them to craft a monumental kind of groove-laden, proggy, hardcore opus. It is heavy as holy fucking L, absolutely thrilling. I love it all to pieces. It kind of makes me want to see Gojira do, like, a metalcore or hardcore punk album. Like, it's pretty fucking fantastic. What's really impressing me, though, is how focused and trim this album is. I mean, there are no intros, no outros, no interludes. There are no guitar pieces or piano pieces clumsily stapled onto songs to make them longer, to make them more epic and theatrical and dramatic and evocative. All of the songs are pretty short and pretty straight to the point, wrapping up anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 minutes, and the album as a whole is 32 minutes and 8 fucking seconds long. All killer, no filler whatsoever. That, in and of itself, is a remarkable fucking accomplishment. Do you have any idea how many fucking pretentious hardcore and metal and extreme metal bands just staple on so much nonsense to make their record as big and as epic and as powerful as possible? Do you have any idea how annoying that gets after a certain fucking point? Comeback Kid, they don't do that. They got shit to do. They show up, they do their fucking job, they go the fuck home. Thank you. Fucking thank you, Comeback Kid. Yeah, this is a fucking easy 4 out of 5 for me. I love this album. I think it's fucking great. I think it kicks major fucking ass. I think every song on this is a certified fucking banger. And I'm not just saying that because it's Canadian. I'm saying it because every song is a certified fucking banger. If, like myself, you're looking for something straightforward but still a little bit spicy following a week of massively ambitious high-profile records from the likes of Fit for an Autopsy, Shadow of Intent, and many, many more, then this is exactly what you fucking need. If you love classic punk and hardcore and crossover thrash and metalcore to any degree, this is exactly what you need. If you're Canadian and you're starving for more great Canadian content like myself, guess what? This is exactly what you need. It's heavy steps. It's awesome. You need it. How many more times do I need to fucking say it? 4 out of 5. It's fucking great. Hell yes. Hell yes. Okay, we're officially done here. And that is it for the Metal Meltdown. I'm not an expert, nor do I claim to be, so what do you think? Do you like this record? Do you not like this record? And what do you want to hear from me next? And thank you for watching. Make sure you press subscribe right here so you get updates on the Metal Meltdown fucking immediately. And as always, you have yourself a fantastic fucking day.